Hi parents. This is just a short explanation so that you understand a little bit more about the materials that I've sent home for you for the spelling challenge. Each year our school does some kind of a curriculum related fundraiser for the playground. Last year I believe it was a readathon, the year before it was a mathathon where the kids all answered math questions. So this year it's spelling, which in grade 7, as you can imagine, looks a lot different than it does in kindergarten. So our main goal is to get the kids really familiar with some basic letters and some basic sounds. So we've got their name all written in what we call majuscule in French, uppercase, and then we have their name written with a majuscule and then minuscule. So their name written the way that they will be learning to do it in grade 1, but we still have a lot of students who are still at this point, and we actually even have some students who are just barely getting to this point. Your child might fall anywhere in there, and we have some students who love writing, and they're writing all kinds of things, names of family members, and trying to make little stories and sounding words out, which is awesome. The other words that we have here are words that we have used a lot in class. So this one is Madame, and there's a picture of me and the students so that they have kind of a visual cue about what that word is. The next one is banane, and we have a lot of kids who eat bananas at school, les bananes. And so then there's a picture of Suzanne with some banane. And then down at the bottom there's a picture of Paul and Suzanne getting tucked into bed by their papa. And we've quite a few kids who actually call their dad Papa, so that makes it really easy, but that's what Suzanne and Paul call their dad. So these are the main words. So as you can see, we have a lot of sounds, and I've color-coded all of the vowels in pink, just to give the kids kind of a heads up or a hint to just make it easier. And both madame and banane end with an E. And when you really stretch the word out in French, it sounds like this, ma-da-me. But as the kids get really familiar with it, they don't say madame, they say madame. And same with banane, they say banane. So that's why those E's are on the end. We don't really say them, stress them a lot in oral conversation, but they are part of the word. So these ones we're just doing all in uppercase. Now if your child is at the point where this is tricky for them, make this simply a matching activity. Take out the letters that they've got and just have them match the letters up and put them on top. If this is gotten so this is pretty easy for your child, and like I said, we have kids who are a variety on the spectrum of learning, and there's room for everybody. So don't make your child feel pressured that they have to be able to do this easily. Your child just might not be there yet, and that's okay. However, for those of you whose children are there already, so here's the other side. So I've left the colors the same. So pink is still vowels and blue is still consonants. I haven't explained those concepts to the kids. That just kind of gives them a visual cue to what they're looking for. But that's so you as parents know. So same thing. They'll make their name in majuscule, they make their name with a majuscule and then minuscule. And then there's the same pictures here. So we've got madame, we've got banane, and we've got papa. And they just have to find the letters that go there. So on Spelling Challenge Day next week on Monday and Tuesday, I'll just give the students the sheet, I'll give them their bag full of letters, and we'll probably just do it a few children at a time, and they'll just take their letters and they'll just put it on. They won't be gluing them down, they're just putting them on, and then after they finish that, I'll take a picture. If your child is still at this point and matching is tricky for them and they're not ready to do this, don't push it. We want this to be fun, we want this to be achievable. So just go with where your child is at, and even once the spelling challenge is over, this is actually a really good activity to keep doing, and we'll be doing things like this throughout the rest of the year with the students, and those who are ready to go farther, we'll keep going, and those who find this really challenging, that's fine, we'll just work with them where they're at. So you'll get a picture home that will have the letters just placed on top, and that way you'll know how they did. So if you collected pledges for how many words they got right and that sort of thing, there's a total of 5 words. So if you've collected 10 cents per word from somebody, then they'll give you 50 cents, and there you go, that's their commitment. Don't feel pressured that this has to be a lot of money that you're bringing in. It's totally fine if they bring in some coins. The main idea is to get everybody involved and for it to be an academic achievement as well. So thanks, and I hope that made it easier for you.